Well, I'm outside on the grounds of the Ferrel house built in 1871 by Anson Rood. Uh, and I'm going to take a little tour around the outside first. And then we'll go inside and see what it looks like indoors. But this nice two-story period, if you look up there, and molding along the top, pretty fancy stuff up there. You got the back entrance here, and over the wash house, they said, looks like a carriage house back there. We'll go inside both of them and see what the heck they look like, and eventually work our way inside. Inside the wash house, little period there. Here's the carriage house. Had their wagons. Obviously stalls in here. Well, stalls for the horses. Real old flooring in here. Lots of old tools. Stuff just put on display. Here's your horse tack over here, harnesses. Carriage house, it says, was built in the 1880s, early 1900s for the carriages of the Rood family. Moved to a new foundation in recent years, and repairs made. The Ferrel family used it for their horses and even milked cows in this barn. That's what they said. Typical old. Like I said, they're part of the historical society, so they put a lot of their stuff on display, not necessarily stuff that was in the house originally. Here's one of the wagons here. I think they said about 17 acres here. Rood family, there's the picture. These are the people, original people who built the house. 1871. Some of the people in this thing, it says born 1827. That's Anson, that's the dad, that's the guy that built the house, that's the founder. He's born 1827. It's just what we need. That's the nice chair. And a closet of some type. Another little bedroom. It's really a pretty nice place as far as displaying stuff. This stuff was set up, they said, to the 1870s, 1880s when this place was first built, including redoing a lot of the wallpaper, trying to get stuff that matched. Room 2. Third bedroom. Nice size ones. I know that back in the day I said I wouldn't be able to fit in one of these. These were for people that were about 4'6". I found something interesting right now. This is the front stairway that I came up. There's the front door. It's kind of a spiral little staircase like this. It leads up upstairs, so you would have to come in and go immediately upstairs if you want to in one of these rooms like this. But then another stairway. Second stairway going down here. I'm going to go down that one when I go down. Old school. Bathroom. Some old fixtures. Old tub. Clawfoot. But that's interesting. I'd use a long chain to pull that. Flush the stool. Okay, this is a big bedroom. This has got to be the master. Lovely. This wallpaper is impeccable. I said that this was Mrs. Rude's. She had arthritis, and this was her room. It's on the main floor. And she had a nurse that stayed here, took care of her, basically 24/7. Okay, there's something interesting here for anybody that might be interested. It's a quilt. It says 1903 quilt. And it was loaned here. It's got 750 names on this quilt, and I'm sure it's some kind of family quilt or something like that. And I thought it was real interesting. Kind of look at it. And here's one. Here's one that says Mrs. Elizabeth Stonker, 103 years old. That's really interesting. And then the bedroom, and you can close it up, and then obviously a little sitting room. That's interesting. So you just put that in there like this and sliding doors. It's interesting. And then, of course, into the kitchen. The kitchen's right in there. There's a bunch of ladies in the kitchen right now, so.
That was kind of the story, and we just tried to maintain everything so that we can carry on Thelma's wishes, and she left us a farm as well, so that kind of helps take care of the expenses.
Okay, we're in the parlor now, and there's a lot of nice pictures on here. I'm not actually sure who the pictures are, but somebody got married. That's a wedding picture of some type. And that would be the sitting room. And here again, you got a couple of these doors that you can pull shut. Oh, pocket doors. Organ. I suppose you played that for entertainment in the parlor. I'm back outside. I left the Ferrel house. I've been there quite a while, talking to the ladies there, and they were giving me a bunch of information. And you can see there's some kind of old play equipment right in here. But someplace back out here, they said when Anson Rood built this house in 1871, sometime after, because he only stayed here till 1907, they built what they called, I wanted to say a Notre or something. Basically, they built a swimming pool out here. And according to the ladies, they had some guys come out and they traced out where this particular pool was. It had to be made out of metal of some type. They used metal detectors. So my guess, it was someplace right out here, because it wouldn't have been too far away. And so I'm about 90, 100 feet from the house. So someplace maybe right out in this particular area, there would have been a swimming pool, more like a wading pool than a swimming pool. And they said they used to have, there was an article, and they said you could come in and you could take 3 dips for $0.25 in the pool. So I thought that was real interesting. Another interesting fact about this house, built in 1871. Okay, there it is again. There's the house up there, wash house. That's the carriage house right there. And well, this is the new shed they put up, and it's got some interesting artifacts in it. And I thought we'd come in and take a look at a few more things before we head out for the day. And this is where some of the old buggies were. This one here says this buggy was made in Columbus, Ohio. $59.95, or $61.95 for the 1908 model. Seen his better days, but it's interesting. Bunch of equipment. Farm equipment. Old farm equipment. People love old farm equipment. Barbed wire display. Another buggy. Dusty. Oh, I'm thinking that this would have gone with the funeral. But I don't know that to be true, because over here is the hearse. This is really interesting. You won't find too many of these around. Horse-drawn hearse. This came from the Sydney. Came from Scholl's Funeral Home in Riverton. Actually came from Riverton. Donated by the Scholl family. Horse-drawn hearse, used from 1800s until 1920. Came from Riverton. I mean, you won't find one of those